Learn English with Sanju. Hello everyone, welcome back. Before we begin, I want to ask you one question. What if everyone around you stopped believing in your dream? Would you still keep going? You don't have to answer me. Just keep that question in your heart. Because today's story isn't about success. It's about surviving the days when success feels impossible. Let's begin. At the age of 18, Nathan wrote one sentence on the wall above his bed. One day, I'll make my parents proud. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise. He studied while others slept. He worked part-time in the evening. At night, he practiced new skills on his old laptop. He believed, if he worked harder than everyone else, one day, life would change. But life had other plans. His first exam, he failed. He tried again. Failed. Again. Failed. His friends graduated. Some found good jobs. Some started successful businesses. Nathan stayed exactly where he was. People slowly stopped asking, "How are your dreams going?" Instead, they started saying, "Maybe it's time to accept reality." One evening, after another rejection, Nathan sat alone on the rooftop. For the first time, he wasn't crying because he had failed. He was crying because he was tired of trying. Just then, his little sister walked upstairs. She sat beside him. Without saying a word, she handed him a glass of water. Then she quietly asked, "If you quit today, how will tomorrow know what you're capable of?" Nathan looked at her. He didn't answer. But those words stayed in his heart. Nathan couldn't sleep that night. His little sister's words kept repeating in his mind. "If you quit today, how will tomorrow know what you're capable of?" He understood something. Dreams don't follow our timeline. They follow our persistence. So, he started again. Not with excitement, but with determination. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Nathan studied every morning. Worked every evening. And learned new skills every night. Some days, he was so tired that he fell asleep with his laptop still open. Still, he refused to stop. Then came another opportunity. Another interview. As he walked into the office, he remembered all the interviews he had failed before. His hands were shaking. His heart was racing. But this time, he didn't tell himself, "Don't fail." Instead, he whispered, "Just do your best." The interview went well. For the first time, he walked out with a small smile. 3 days later, an email arrived. Nathan opened it immediately. His smile disappeared. "We're sorry, you have not been selected." He stared at the screen. Another rejection. Number, he had stopped counting. He quietly closed his laptop. Looked at the wall. And for a moment, he wondered if everyone had been right all along. Just then, his phone buzzed. It was a message from his little sister. "I'm still waiting for the day you prove everyone wrong." He wiped his eyes, opened his laptop again, and began preparing for the next opportunity. Because deep inside, a small part of him still believed. The next morning, Nathan stood in front of the mirror. He looked tired. Not because he hadn't slept, but because life had tested him for years. He took a deep breath, smiled at himself, and quietly said, "One more try." Months passed. Nathan kept learning. Kept working. Kept applying. Every rejection still hurt, but it no longer stopped him. Then one afternoon, his phone rang. It was a company he had almost forgotten about. "Hello, Nathan. We'd like to invite you for one final interview." This time, Nathan walked into the room with confidence. Not because he knew every answer, but because failure had taught him something success never could. He answered honestly. He admitted what he didn't know. And he explained how every failure had made him stronger. A week later, another email arrived. Nathan looked at the screen. For a few seconds, he was too afraid to open it. Then he clicked. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Nathan closed his eyes. Tears rolled down his face. Not because he got the job, but because he remembered every night, when he wanted to give up. That evening, he walked home. His little sister opened the door. She looked at his face, and before Nathan said a single word, she smiled. You did it, didn't you? Nathan nodded. They hugged each other, and both of them cried. A few days later, Nathan quietly stood in front of the wall above his bed. The old sentence was still there. One day, I'll make my parents proud. He smiled, and wrote one more sentence underneath it. The dream didn't come true because I was lucky. It came true because I refused to quit. Failure doesn't decide your future. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the fastest. You just have to keep moving. Don't give up. Your story isn't over yet. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone you love, and subscribe for more English stories every week. Thank you so much for watching.